Welcome back to Vaguely Adults. You got one of your hosts, Sarana, here, and
Sherley.
And today, we don't know what we're talking about, so we're going to be doing a topic roulette.
Shocker.
I know. We had a wild couple of previous episodes, which, we're bulk filming this because we don't know when the next time we'll be able to film. So I'll just deal with all this content and, secondhand embarrassment for the next, month-ish that I have to roll out all of this.
I'm kind of really excited. I might actually watch these because I have no idea. Usually I can see myself when we're filming because I'm front facing the camera when I'm in my room, but I don't know what I look like here and I'm kind of scared to see it, but I'm kind of excited. Also, there was a lot of dumb things that we filmed.
Oh, 100%. It's going to be very interesting. But yeah, let's get started on this topic roulette.
So the first one is, are you into gardening? And I feel like that ties in perfectly with why you are here. Why are we here today, Sarana?
I am here today because I am an opinionated... we're in this house because I was asked to take care of the plants, which I'm not doing a very good job because I don't know how plant.
Yes, how plant.
Yes.
Yeah, so I got here yesterday and she was like, look at this plant, it's dying. So I texted my sister and I was like, I texted her a picture of the plant and she was like, all right, this is what's happening. This is what you need to do. This is when you start fixing it. Hopefully this hasn't happened already. She's a big plant person and I cannot keep a plant alive to save my life. Plastic or real.
No, I came and I touched all the soil and I watered the ones that were dry because that's my understanding of when plants need water.
Yeah, no, they all are... Plants throw tantrums and they all need individual attention. Katie bought a mini bonsai tree, which needs its own type of soil.
Listen, I just know if the soil is super dry and it feels really flaky, you gotta moisten it just a little. So that's what I've been doing. But some of these they're struggling. I'm sorry, but I don't know if I'm responsible enough to be a plant owner. At least not this much. When you come into here, there's plants lining the fireplace, and then there's a whole bunch of different corners and on the counter and stuff. It's a lot of plants, and I'm not very big on the plant education side
I'm not
of things.
either.
So
Katie is obsessive, just like me, so she's gotten obsessed with gardening recently. Katie is my sister, just in case you weren't able to pick up. But she has her fire escape is full of plants, and she has every kind of plant, and she buys different kinds of soil for each plant, and she has a watering can that specifically throws water a certain way, and she also has a spray bottle because some of them need to be misted, not watered.
So in conclusion, we're not plant people.
No.
At least not yet. We're not at that phase of our life. I'm pretty sure it's to come for me, but it'll just be one or two small ones.
Kaden is growing an avocado tree. She took an avocado pit, did the toothpick thing, and now it's rooted.
Anyway, so next question.
Can you recommend me something below $100 that will improve my life quality?
My mind went to AirPods Pro, but that's not.
That is definitely not below $100.
Oh, that'll improve your life quality.
I feel like that's
donuts.
Hard. Ooh.
By Donut Plant.
So 5 donuts.
Yeah. Yeah. Realistically, I think for technology and stuff, you're not getting something for under $100. Wow, that's actually a really hard one. I would say a case of sparkling water from Costco, or a big bag of popcorn from Costco.
Oh, kettle corn.
Yeah, that would be a good...
You know what? I went to Stuart Leonard's, the organic supermarket, the huge thing, and they have they ground their own coffee beans and stuff like that. They grow their own coffee beans. Yeah, and I went and I bought this vanilla Madagascar infused coffee beans or whatever. They were so good. I almost couldn't.
Oh, okay. All right, I have mine. It'll be properly sourced tea leaves to brew your own tea, and a good kettle and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's my go-to. Granted, my kettle was not under $100.
Yeah, that was my coffee machine. But it makes espresso and pot coffee, and there's a frother on the side. So
you can play games on my kettle. So next question.
Have you ever been in a casino? No.
Yeah, I've walked through the ones in Atlantic City, but I just walked through it.
I drove past it, but I've never been inside. And every time we drive past it, my mom and I make a joke let's just get a bunch of pennies and just go in. But I'm too poor.
Yeah, and I just don't think I gamble with stocks now, so
I just gamble with my life.
Well, yeah, every day's a gamble, really.
All right, let's see. Which province or state would you most like to visit in your own country? We're gonna stick with America.
Yeah, I would really like to visit Southern California. I've never been. I've only been to Northern California, and
Boujee.
I was really depressed, and I thought taking a trip across the world, across the country, would help me.
Yeah, across the world. It's like an 8-hour flight.
It's like 6.
It's the same distance as me going to South America.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, going to Trinidad is shorter. So, yeah, Southern California. I would really like to visit Utah. I would like to visit like the national parks and stuff like that. Yeah.
I mean, I would love to go to California because I want to go to California. I feel like it's just a staple.
Yeah.
I would love to go back to Florida only for Universal. I really want to go to Harry Potter World, and like you will have my heart. If you take me, like I will marry you on the spot. Like it's all good. It's fine. I'll learn to love you. I would love to go to Utah, the land of my people.
I want to go see The Rocks.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would also love to meet The Rock.
I would also love to meet The Rock. He seems like a really nice guy.
Do you have a recommendation for a YouTube show that you think I would enjoy?
I really think you'd enjoy Vaguely Adults. It's a podcast hosted by Shirley and Sarana, who talk about so many things and nothing at all. Realistically, I have no idea. I watch a lot of tech and like science-based things, but like Kurska's art, in a nutshell, is one of the best channels on the platform. I think it's the animated science videos with like the little birds and stuff. Anyone can watch one of those videos and be captivated by how well the animations are made, and yeah, that's my recommendation.
I've seen every Truth or Drink video. I think they're hilarious. Again, very shallow content that I enjoy.
Yeah, can you see the difference in like the content that we consume and recommend? It's quite incredible, actually. But
it's just like ex-fiancés or like your new girlfriend asks your ex-girlfriend, they play Truth or Drink, or boss drinks or parents drink with their kids.
I would never.
I could never.
Could never, yeah.
Would never. But also my mom's a lightweight, so she would be drunk after the first shot.
No, I can't drink anymore because of health related things, and that's really... The other day I missed beer so much I had a dream that I had 7 beers. Anyways, next question.
What's the best present you've ever received?
Your friendship.
Aww.
Anyways.
It's me. I win.
No, but really, I think like good friendships are the best present because they're literally the gift that keeps on giving. Like as long as you find someone who like you can vibe with and have a good time and like go on stupid trips or like stay overnight and record like 6 podcast episodes, like damn, you got a homie.
These are facts, and we ate so much, but ate nothing at the same time.
Yeah.
I can tell you the best gift I've ever given, the gift of sight.
Slow clap for that one. Yes, let's go, Miss Optician.
But also, no, in all seriousness, I helped pay for my sister's LASIK surgery last year, and she now has 20/20 after having like thick boy glasses. So, yeah, literally the gift of vision. And then, I paid for my dad's like eye exams and glasses because the homie is blind and he refuses. But I finally dragged him last Sunday. I tricked him. I was like, he came to pick me up. We were going to hang out. And he was like, all right, where are we going? And I was like, oh, just drive to Washington Street by the Whitney Museum. He's like, okay, what are we doing? And while we're on the road, I'm like, you actually have an appointment at 2:30 to get an eye exam. And he was just like, oh.
Got him.
Okay. Yes, so I can answer this question for you. How do you prefer your coffee? You don't. You prefer it as tea leaves.
Yeah. I used to enjoy coffee a lot. I still love like the aroma and a good brew of coffee, but it makes me so nervous.
Really?
Like it just gets my heart beating really fast and it makes me like super dehydrated and I have to pee like every 5 seconds.
Interesting. I have coffee right before bed. I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, I just get really anxious because my heart goes 5,000 miles per hour, but I don't feel like I don't get energized. If anything, I feel more tired.
I don't get energized. I just feel complete. Like it's become a part of my routine to have a cup of coffee throughout the day. But I don't get energy from it. And I'm convinced it's because I messed up my body when I was in high school. Like I'd had like 2 or 3 Monster drinks a day.
Oh yeah. No, caffeine just never worked for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But ADHD also runs in my family. Am I going to go to a therapist and get diagnosed? No.
Who knows?
Is TikTok telling me I have it? Yes.
I also was just informed that I might have OCD. So.
Oh yeah, that was a fun conversation.
So yeah, well, we both need some serious help, to be honest. Hey, BetterHelp, if you want to sponsor this podcast, we would really love to, help people out with that. But yeah, next question.
Damn, I prefer my coffee with vanilla, by the way. Okay. Given the chance to time travel, where would you go?
To see Dreamcatcher in concert whenever. I don't care. I just want to see them in a
You
small
can
show.
travel through freaking time.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, the next Dreamcatcher concert.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
It's the simple things. I don't know.
So I actually had this question asked to me at work one day. We were doing like icebreakers, right? And I was the first one to go. And I had this elaborate ass like response. It wasn't that elaborate. I said I want to meet the Vikings. For many reasons. If you are my friend, you know the reasons. But
yeah, I just think it would be really difficult if I'm to go back during like an era that I really want to see like amazing architecture and stuff like that and exist as a brown woman.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah, it's not gonna work out.
I feel like during the Viking times, like I'm brown. I might get away with it because they're all white and blue eyed. Like I could pass off as something else. Like I'd figure it out.
You can't pass off as a seal. Come on, dude.
I mean, you don't know. Bring some flippers, confuse them. Like bring one of those like magic sticks, like the like all the crappy like magic tricks that you buy here in the stores, and just like blow their minds and convince them I'm a vulva. Like I am a psychic from the future and I know what's gonna happen to you, right? I'd be living the lavish life. But I was like, yes, the Viking times, I would love to see it. Don't want to smell it, but here we are. But apparently they were like the cleanest people. Like they were savages, but apparently they were super, super clean. And they're the ones that taught like Europeans how to shower.
And they still didn't understand.
Yes.
So,
but I would love to travel then. So the question was posed and I was like, yeah, like go back super in time. And everybody else just chose decades. They were like, yeah, the 70s. Yeah, the 80s.
Well, I chose
the
one
90s.
specific
A moment in time, like a concert.
I just really would love the opportunity to see Dreamcatcher live. I think they're amazing performers and amazing individuals, and it would be a really good... I mean, look at the hat. If you're watching, you just look at the hat. Like, this is my prized possession.
If you're not watching, it's a black hat that says Dreamcatcher on it.
Yeah.
What's your favorite prime number? 13. Minus 13.
Yeah, 7. Because there's 7 members of Dreamcatcher.
Oh my god.
And if you double 7, you get 14, which is my favorite number.
Is it?
Yeah.
13 is both my favorite number and my favorite prime number. Although I really like the number 27. And I don't know why. 27 and 29. Which I think is hilarious.
Well, I also like the number 3 because Daniel Ricciardo races under the number 3. So,
I don't...
Hey, McLaren. Love you.
I don't like odd numbers. So here's a fun fact about me.
A third?
Yeah. Yes.
Let's make it make sense here.
My 3 favorite numbers are odd numbers, but if I'm watching TV, I will never leave it at an odd number. If I eat something, I won't take an odd number of bites. If I'm eating like...
Wow, you're like really OCD.
If I'm eating like Skittles, I will not eat an odd number of Skittles.
I don't count my bites. I just consume the food. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I can be distracted enough that I don't count bites. But like if it's like a multitude of things, so like Skittles or like Cheez-Its or Starburst.
Yeah, I still don't care. I will just shovel it into my mouth.
Can't do that.
Anyways, next question.
What are 3 books that have impacted you the most? Twilight, 50 Shades of Grey.
The Harry Potter series, written by Harry himself. There's a book that I'm reading right now by Katie Mack. Hold on one second. So yeah, the Harry Potter series, and then there's this book, The End of Everything by Katie Mack. I've been trying to get through it for the longest time, but it's not really an easy book, because it literally talks about like how the world's gonna end.
Oh, love that verse.
Yeah, so those are the kind of books that I'm into. And the third, The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Gross. I knew she was gonna say that.
Yeah, no, it was one of the most pivotal books of my life. I was also really into the Smiths. Like when that book came into my life, and I was like, oh my god, this main character is also really into this band, and like I was like very emo teenager.
I went through a very big vampire phase in my life. I'm not fully over it, but...
we can tell.
Okay. All right. So I've read like every vampire book under the genre. But I will say one of my favorite books is called Stolen. Very, very easy read, words-wise. It's a very hard topic, though. It's about a girl who gets kidnapped. And, like, the life is told through her eyes as she is living with her captor and develops Stockholm Syndrome. And so you see it from beginning to end, like, what that looks like and how she eventually develops Stockholm Syndrome. I'm pretty sure that's a book Stolen. There's 2 books about kidnapped girls that I read. Am I okay? I don't know. But the other one, the other book that I read, which I don't know the name of, and I'm actually not sure if that one is the one that is stolen. It's about a little girl who gets kidnapped. And as she grows up, the man convinces her in order to let her go, she has to help him take another girl. And then basically grooms her into grooming the other girl in order to let her go. And she talks about how plenty of people saw her on a day-to-day, like a 12-year-old getting like a full bikini wax with this grown-ass man accompanying her, and no one ever questioned it. No one ever helped her. Like, it's like very hard topics, but they're like easy reads. Like, you could read the book in a day.
Like just general like content warning, trigger warnings for these books.
But then there's also like Twilight. Like, I read
also trigger warning, content warning for these books, just bad writing.
Oh my god, it was so good though. Like, it was such great bad writing. 13 Reasons Why was also a really, really good book.
Yeah, I saw the first season of the show, and it was
we
just
don't talk
really
about the show.
triggering. I didn't know what it was. I watched it when I was on spring break, like years and years ago, and it was a really triggering show. Like, that sent me into a spiral for a good like couple weeks.
I saw the first episode. I already knew it was gonna be bad when they were like, Selena Gomez is gonna be the producer, and I was just like, what does this girl know about producing
topics like this?
Yeah, like,
all right, no shade,
topic.
But like, this was like something I feel like a team of like psychiatrists,
absolutely,
or, like, doctors should have.
And like, if you read the book, is so good. I read the book in 8th grade, and it was amazing. And then when they were like, yeah, we're coming out with the show, I was so excited. And then they dropped the cast and they dropped everything, and I was less excited. And then I saw the first episode.
Oh, but to be fair, the main leads, I do believe that they're very talented actors.
Oh, yeah. Just like did not fit.
It's just the show itself, I don't think was handled in a
the thing is
way.
Like, you could be a great actor and not fit that role specifically. And I think that's what it was. Like, when you're picturing this character, it was not them.
I mean, that goes with a lot of shows, but this one in particular, big trigger warning for this. It talked about like suicide and self-harm and things like that.
And blaming.
Victim blaming. Yeah.
But also, okay, you know what other show got done dirty? I know this was not the topic, but The Vampire Academy. I read the books, and it was one of my favorite series in high school. It's such good writing, and it's such a good plot line up until like the last book. Then it gets kind of weird, but we love that. The movie that came out was not it. Like, the main character is supposed to be like this super, not scary looking, because she's still like this beautiful woman, but she's supposed to be fierce and have like a presence. And the actress, she was great, but she didn't fit the role. The same thing with like the main love lead. Well, it's not supposed to be the love lead until the second movie, but ends up being
TV works in a different way. Yeah, TV movies, they work in a different timeline, basically.
And like, he's supposed to be this like 7-foot tall Russian, like scary ass looking dude who doesn't talk and is super stoic.
Yeah.
And they gave me skinny, scrawny 5'9". I mean, I'm sure he was taller than that, but it's just not what I envisioned. I'm like, this isn't my vision.
Yeah.
And it felt rushed. Like, they tried to rush the whole thing. Although now I heard that they're coming out with it again as a show.
Interesting.
So I'm excited for that.
All right, well, let's do one more question and wrap it up.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yeah, 100%.
Yes, the illegal and the legal kind.
I was an illegal alien for a long time in my life, man. No, but I think it's silly to not think that there's extra living creatures and living entities outside of this universe, or like, things that we can't reach as humanity.
There are so many things that I've just come into know about recently. One of the conspiracy theories that I heard,
oh, here we go,
was actually we are Area 51.
Oh, I believe it. Do you see the crapshoot of things that we have to deal with? People taking trips to space, quote unquote, in penis rockets.
Yeah, and so like, they're saying that, when they're like, Area 51 is where they keep the aliens. It's actually the exit from Area 51, because we are Area 51.
All right, just for the record, I don't believe in this, but I mean, yeah, it sounds like an amazing plot to a movie.
But also, my God, I have to find the facts for all of this, and I'm just gonna like, boop, and by I mean she's just like, boop, boop, boop.
Do you know how much work this is gonna be?
I'm sorry, but I have a vision that needs to be lived. But there's this thing that happened, I want to say it was in Washington, the state.
Yeah, isn't it confusing that we have Washington, and then we have Washington, D.C., and they're literally on opposite sides of the... Anyways.
But yeah, and so in Washington, one day it begins to rain, but it's like gelatinous blobs that fall from the sky, just in this small area near Oregon, I think. And it's in this small town with not a lot of population. And these like gelatinous blobs start to fall from the sky. So this one cop gives his like thing, and he gets out of the car and like wipes it off his windshield, because it's like smudging. They thought it was hail at first. So when he goes to like touch it, it's like goopy and slimy. And then he gets very sick. And then not everyone, but a lot of people who were out during the time that it hailed, that like gelatinous stuff, got sick. And they couldn't figure out what it was. And so one of the women that got really sick went to the hospital and they ran tests and they were like, oh, well, we think it's this. And like, it might've been some kind of toxin. The doctors run tests. And when her test results come back, they're like, oh, we're just going to go with the theory that you were almost in a coma because you had an ear infection. And that's what caused you to get really, really sick. And so she goes back home and there's still like that gelatinous thing on her porch. So she takes a sample, sends it to labs to get it tested. They find white blood cells in the gelatinous blob.
Did someone sneeze on all of these people?
And once the test results get sent off, they disappear. But a bunch of animals died. A bunch of people got really sick. And to this day, they say that it's like fuel or something that dropped from like an airplane. And this happened in like 1960 something or 1970 something. And nobody actually knows what happened in that town.
Dude, honestly, I feel like we know like maybe that much if you're not watching. It's just like a teensy tiny bit about what goes on in the world. Like this book, The End of Everything, it really puts into perspective that even the things that we quote unquote know, the science that we base all our discoveries on, or the science that fuels our understanding of the universe and our understanding of things, we still don't understand that science to its full extent. And there's so much in this universe that is completely unexplored. And even here on this planet itself, like the depths of the ocean is a complete mystery to us.
Mermaids is another conspiracy. Don't get me started, because there's a conspiracy that the reason dolphins are so friendly and smart is because they protect mermaids and they're used to humanoid creatures.
All right, so look out for our conspiracy theory podcast episode coming in the foreseeable future. Hopefully by the end of this year we'll have that out there. But yeah, I think the realm of conspiracy theories is super interesting and I love reading them. It's not so much that I believe, a lot of what is said, because there's still people who believe the earth is flat, which the earth is round. But anyways, I digress. Conspiracy theories are very interesting and I would definitely love to explore that in a future episode. So stay tuned for that. But until then, hope you've enjoyed this
unhinged episode. That's what we should call these.
Unhinged.
It's literally Sherley and Sarana unhinged.
Hope you've enjoyed. Hope you're staying safe out there. Get vaccinated if you can. Wear masks around people because people might still be uncomfortable about it. But remember to share with a friend, do all the things. We would really, really appreciate it if you can do that. And we will catch you guys next time. Bye.